Cessna flaps are really amazing. They produce lift and also create a lot of drag. It allows us to land much slower. We can hear a lot of debate about 40 degrees of flaps or 30 degrees of flaps. After 1981, Cessna only produced airplanes with 30 degrees of flaps. When there is no wind, I am a fan of full flaps. In my case, will be 40 degrees of flaps. Most of the flying I do is in the backcountry and the strips are rough, like this one. This is Lord Flat in Oregon. And the reason I like 40 degrees of flaps is because it adds a lot of drag and allows you to land as slow as possible. Most of my landings I come with power, and that way I try to touch down as smoothly as possible. You can see the airplane touching, how much does it move. That shows you how rough is the strip. So to settle this, I did some practice landings with 30 degrees of flaps and with 40 degrees of flaps. This first landing is with 40 degrees of flaps, and you will be able to compare to the one I'm doing next, which is with 30 degrees of flaps. Here I'm coming with 40 degrees of flaps, trying to do a short landing, coming over the trees. You see the difference with 40 degrees and 30 degrees. Coming with 30 degrees of flaps, the airplane is a little bit harder to slow down. At the end, close to the strip, we'll do a slip, but still the difference is quite big between the distance to stop with 30 degrees compared to the 40 degrees of flaps landing.
Yeah, we can pass this time.
Something negative, if you want to put it that way, about 40 degrees of flaps, it is that it's more challenging to do a go around, especially if the trim is all the way aft to lighten the nose. You have to be prepared, be aware, push the nose and a throttle, and do not retract the flaps until you gain speed. Something nice about 40 degrees of flaps is that it allows you to do steep approaches. This is Sirena, Corcovado National Park in Costa Rica. Big trees before the short street. Another airstrip with very tall trees is Red Horse Ranch in Oregon. I'm doing a slip and with full flaps. The airstrip was very wet, so I'm trying to touch down as smoothly as possible. Of course, there are situations when it is too windy I don't even use flaps. This airplane flies a lot, so it doesn't want to slow down. If it is windy, it keeps flying. It's quite challenging actually. This is approaching into the canyon to get into Lower Loon. I'm going to show you the whole approach and you will see how I change power settings, add flaps, and do more, and keep adding trim with every power setting I change. I added 10 degrees of flaps and I start increasing pitch to full pitch prop. So right now I'm configured with 40 degrees of flaps. Now pull the trim wheel backwards so it lightens the nose. You will see me doing these adjustments all the way to touchdown, trying to get slow speed and very stable approach. Stall warning on my airplane comes off kind of early, and I fly using an angle of attack indicator, so actually don't pay attention to the stall warning. So if you hear it, it doesn't mean I'm stalling, I'm just coming slow. See the manifold pressure gauge on top of the co-pilot's yoke. You see I'm coming with power all the way to the landing. I'm doing some small aileron input combined with rudder, so all the time I'm coordinated. Point I'm controlling speed with the yoke and I'm controlling altitude with the throttle. Lower Loon has no go around, so once you are in short final you are committed to land. This strip is in Idaho. It has high density altitude and it is relatively short. It's a beautiful area. So for the kind of flying I do, definitely I prefer to have 40 degrees of flaps. I would not like to do these approaches with only 30 degrees. Hope you guys enjoy, and please follow me in the next section where I explain how to become a Patreon to support Backcountry 182 YouTube channel. See you next time. It is very easy to join, to be a patron of Backcountry 182. Go to the YouTube channel. On the right hand side there is the link and then it takes you to the Patreon page. Here you can see all the tiers and what is all about, the support for Backcountry 182 YouTube channel. Also, another way to access the Patreon link is in the description of the video I put in YouTube on Backcountry 182 channel. There is a link for Patreon, so just click on that and it will take you to the page. Thank you for watching. It would be amazing if you guys are interested and give some support.